16th part of Loving a Bad Boy Best Friend with Anger Issues. But will you step back when author point of view? Taehyung carefully placed you on the bed. He called the doctor and said the do it over you. Doctor arrived and checked you. Doctor, it was due to stress, but don't worry, she will be fine. Doctor left and he sat down there. Your words were repeating in his head like a tape recorder. Duh, did I really ruin your life? Am I responsible for all this? His eyes were teary as he looked at you, leaning over. He all over your. Duh, I am really sorry, he whispered, and tiredness took over and he drifted to sleep. After hours, your eyes opened and you were caged in cooler arms. Jan, Taehyung. You called his name and he tightened his hold. His warm breaths were your neck. Your heart ached when you remembered what you had said to him at night. Da, you woke up so early. Sleep a little more. His soft voice laced in love made you feel more guilty. Jan, he pulled his head and laid on his back. Your heart skipped a beat when he made you roll over. Da, sleep. Your head was on his chest, and you can feel the organ beating on which your name was engraved. You closed your eyes and easily slept again, this time without any medicine. It was 9 in the morning when Taehyung was waking you up by the good morning, princess. It was a routine to wake up with bad dream, but today you woke up normally. Jean, good morning, you murmured in sleepy voice. He shuffled your hairs. Da, let's have breakfast. Your wounds were fully recovered, but he did not leave you alone in the shower. After that, he brought you to kitchen while holding you in the bridal style. John, I told you I can walk. He placed you on the high stool and da, anything special you want to have for breakfast? He was taking out items from the fridge and cabinets. Jan, are not you getting late? He placed the pan on the stove and was making something. Da, I am not going anywhere today. Jan, why? He mixed cut vegetables with egg and poured the mixture in the pan. Da, aren't you happy that I am home? Jan, I am, but I thought you would be angry with me. His care was increasing your guilt. Looking down, you had sealed your lips. He served you and sat next to you. Da, you hurt me. Your words were sharp than any blade. Jan, I am. Da, start eating. You forced yourself to eat, to take small bites. Da, I love you, Jan. Every corner of my heart loves you. My whole life surrounds around you. Without your existence, I would fade away. You couldn't take more bites as his words had pulled a spell that froze you. His eyes fixed at yours, and he leaned to those petals. Da, I did not know I can make such a good breakfast. Jan, I am sorry, Taehyung. I didn't know what happened to me. Da, it's true that loving me really gave you a lot of pain. You shook your head. Jan, I did not mean any of those words. Tears at the verge of losing the eyes. Da, I can understand you. He picked your tears and made you finish the breakfast. Da, I should not have left you home with Julie. You feel comfortable with me, so I should be the one around you. Jan, your new business needs your attention. Da, but my future wife deserves all my attention. You stared at him while your mind lazily processed his words. Jan, wife? Da, wait here. He left you dumbfounded and came back after a few minutes. Your eyes widened and lips parted when he was on his knees with a ring in his hand. Da, will you marry me, Jan? Your heart ran a marathon and you nodded. You forwarded your hand and he decorated it with a diamond ring. Placing a warming kiss on your hand, he stood and gazed. The was deep and passionate. He parted and looked in your eyes that were shiny. Da, thank you so much for being in my life, Jean. I love you. You hugged him. Da, love you more, my princess. Your next week passed in Taehyung's arm and love and care. He was working from home and more than work. All he does was loving you from Jan. Taehyung, he hummed. You two were watching a movie while cuddling with each other. Jan, I want to start my classes. He paused the movie. Da, you can take a break for this semester. On your cheek and then, Jan, I do not want any gap in my studies. Da, give yourself some time. You sat up, Jan. Why? You think I am still not normal? You were getting social as you had started seeing your father and Dan too. Da, you are normal, but I am too paranoid to send you uni. Jan, but why? Da, come here. He spread his arms and you were glaring at him. Your lips made the cutest pout as you went back to lay. Da, you know that Lime is still not caught and we don't know what he is planning. I cannot take the risk of losing you again. No way, even if you make these lovable pouts. He knew that you were blushing now, Jan, but my studies? Da, I will arrange online lectures for you, Jan. In short, I have to stay inside these walls. Taehyung's heart constricted. Da, I know that it must be difficult for you, but wait a little more. Jan, you always say that with your finger you were making patterns. Da, my princess, let's get married. No more waiting for that. He called your name when you didn't answer. Jan, wait a little more. He chuckled. Da, why? I am so impatient. Jan, I had some dream of a dress to wear on my wedding and the marks on my arms. You stopped as your voice became heavy. He shifted the position and now he was above you. His eyes pierced in yours. Da, you are very beautiful, Jan, no matter what. Da, you are perfect, but we can wait. We can get that. Jan, are you upset? Da, no. He and embrace you. His mind running on an endless road to find way out of this riddle. Taehyung was in his study. Paul and Dan were also there for a meeting. Paul, we need to get Jan's statement. Da, that is not possible. He angrily left his place. Dan, Lime is in Italy. If we want any help from them, then we need to provide an official statement. Taehyung knows what questions will be asked and he was aware of your condition. He was afraid that you might fall back to the shell from where he dragged you out. Think of another way, Paul. Then make her inside till then. I am already doing that, but will you do things fast? For how long can I cage her? Is he noxious? Dan, relax, buddy. Things will be at their places soon. They left. Taehyung removed the cap of a bottle and attached it with his mouth. You were taking lectures and then you will go to sleep. But he was proven wrong when you stepped in after a knock. Yawned Taehyung. He closed his eyes and regretted drinking at the worst time. Jan, I was waiting for you. You said looking at his back. Go back. I am coming in a few minutes. His voice was deeper than ever and resonated to raise your heartbeat. Instead of going back, your steps moved to him, your warmth reaching to him, and he growled when you back hugged him, rumbled under your hands. Jan, I was missing you. You should go back, Jan. I am not in state of talking. Jan, then you can just hear on his back and hand tightened round the bottle. Jan, during lecture, I was thinking about you. your hands on his front, undo his. He grabbed your hand in a moment. Ta, Jan. That was a warning call, and your heart fell in your stomach, thinking that he was again avoiding you. Ta, I told you to go back. You felt worthless. Many negative thoughts stormed in your heart, and you pulled back your arms. Realizing his tone, he turned around. Before you could leave the room, he lifted you up and forcibly made you sit on the table. You were protesting to get down, and your eyes were tearing. He grabbed your hands behind back and get closer. There was no space. Da, you little negative thinking machine. Your nostrils flared and pout frowned while you glared at him with big shiny eyes. Da, can you see that I am not in my right state of mind? Your breathing was unstable when you looked in his eyes. Da, do you want me to continue like this? He tightened his hold and you gasped for air. Da, tell me, he whispered, while to be continued. Thanks for watching and I love you all.